Welcome back. Leadership Park City, one of the most important organizations for the future of this town. Over the years, Miles Rademan and his crew have been working through City Hall, with City Hall, and out into the community to create the next generation of leaders, and that happens with amazing regularity. This morning, I am joined by Colleen McGinn. She is the president of the Leadership Park City Alumni Group, and we're going to talk about the upcoming 25th class of Leadership Park City. How about that? Good morning.
Hello.
How are you?
Good. Thanks for having me.
Thank you for coming early.
Of course.
It's a time of day to get up and lead, right?
Exactly. Leaders got to wake up early.
That's right. That's right. Got to get the word. Talk, if you would, a little bit about the background of Leadership Park City for people who may not be familiar with the program, and also about your experience.
Oh, sure. So like you mentioned, we're coming up to the silver anniversary, the 25th class. And so leadership, it's a year-long mentorship. And so you meet every month and you learn all about the city, how it works, the county, the state, all the nonprofits in town. Just kind of, it's a little sneak peek of how everything works. It's really cool. And then within that mentorship, you have a class project. And then you also go on a city tour to one of the surrounding cities and kind of find out what they do and what works for their town and see if we can bring it back here. So I was in class 23, and our class project was Save Bonanza Flat. We kind of joined that initiative. They already had a coalition kind of in place, but we kind of led the charge towards the end to kind of keep it fresh in everyone's mind. I remember coming here like very regularly talking about it because it was such a exciting time period, and so it was very exciting to kind of have that happen the same year that we were in leadership. And then we went to Boulder. That was the city tour that we went on. And Boulder, I mean, they're amazing.
It's a special place.
It really is. And they're just so progressive. Like, they have so many great ideas that we were able to bring back. And so the class this year, their project is Face Your Waste. And so just about kind of what we can do as a city kind of to reduce that. The landfill, I'm sure you know this, I mean, there's not much left. Right. And so they're just trying to redirect it. And then their class is going to Bozeman, Montana. Oh, great. Livingston and Jackson. I'm very jealous. I was like, oh, I wish I could go to that. I want to go on all the city tours. They're just fun. And you meet an incredible group of people in your class, and then through the 25 years of people going through it. There's so many people who are leaders today in Park City who have gone through this program. And so it's amazing, and I can't recommend it enough. It's a wonderful family, and as you mentioned, and one of the things that I've observed over the years is that you get this great education into what Park City is, what it means. Surely learn things that you didn't know, even if you've lived here for a while. We assume we know our town, but of course there's a lot behind the scenes. But you also make the great point that one of the great attractions of leadership is your classmates themselves, because these are not greenhorns. These are people who, whether they have come from somewhere else and haven't been here a long time, or people who have been here, are people that are really truly invested in this town that we love so much. Exactly. With the application process, as you mentioned, which are due next Friday, August 24th, they really want to see that you're dedicated to Park City. And so a lot of times, you know, it's very rare for people to get in that first time. They want to see that you're dedicated to it and that you will apply again if you, by chance, don't get in that first time. So, yeah, I mean, it's great. Have you ever been in leadership? I have never been in Leadership Park City. No. I tend to be a little bit of an outsider, so usually takes me a little extra time to join. Once I join an organization, then I'm full in, but haven't gotten there yet, so maybe this might be the year for me. Maybe. Talk a little bit about the application process. So it's located on parkcity.org, and it's not like an elaborate application or anything like that. I think there's 2 questions and there's a word limit that you can't, they're like only 300 words, like that can kind of get to the point. So yeah, it's nothing too stressful, but anyone who's just interested in becoming more involved in the city, I just highly recommend just throwing in an application and just seeing what happens. I think for me personally, I felt like being part of the leadership program, it really changed my life. I know that sounds kind of cheesy, but I mean, it just opened my eyes to Park City and just all the amazing people who are behind the scenes making it work. And then once we graduated, we had this support group that everyone in Park City is spread out, and knowing people in all the different, departments through Park City, and just, knowing someone who works at like the Park City Health Clinic, you just have all of these connections, and it's just about working together, in a community. And so having all this, a lot of good things happen and a lot of positive things. And I think Miles has done an incredible job of, keeping leadership fun and exciting, and, people want to be a part of it, and there's a good reason why, because of all the things that we've mentioned. Indeed.
And talk about class size, because that might be an encouragement for people to get on over to parkcity.org and get their application in.
Yeah, so it's only about 30 to 35 people that they take each year. I think last year, they had like 150 applications come through. So it is a little bit competitive.
Sure.
But like I mentioned, just get those applications in, and don't worry if you don't get in the first time. That doesn't mean, they just want to know that you want to be a part of this and that you want to help Park City and make Park City the best it can possibly be.
Indeed. Talk a little bit about the alumni group, the alumni program. Obviously, you were so affected by your leadership class that you're continuing to be involved.
Yes. So we're really fortunate. There's a group of us. So Sarah Jo Dickens, Catherine Bradley, Lydia Rupnow. Kind of the right place at the right time. The people who were doing the alumni before us, when we graduated, they were ready to pass it on, and we were ready to take it on. We're like, oh my gosh, like we just went through this incredible experience, so we want to continue it. And so it's really, for us, it's kind of wrangling all of the alumni from class 1 through, because they didn't start the alumni until 2012. And so, we have like the newsletter and everything, and we have a couple of the events that we do, but we really wanted to really make an effort to kind of get those people engaged again, because they've been so far removed.
Of course.
A lot of the people don't live here anymore back from class 1. So just kind of getting those guys back on board, that this group goes on forever. You had your class, but the part of the alumni is continuing the legacy and staying in touch and involved, and anything that we can help in the community, we're there. It's kind of a lifetime commitment to Park City.
That's fantastic, and fantastic work to be bringing people back together again, and renewing that resource of people who may have had life events that take them in a different direction. But if you're still here and you receive that outreach, you can be re-engaged in a way that there's all of that knowledge.
Right.
From class, but also from living here in Park City over the years.
I know. It really, it's incredible. I wish I had I could roll off names of the people. It's like, oh my gosh, they're all over in City Hall right now. Right. And so it's just an honor to be a part of this group and to be able to associate. But yeah, the point is for the alumni, like you mentioned, is just getting everyone together, making sure everyone's still connected, and just using it as a resource. If knowing someone like, Beth from class 20, she could help me out with something that I'm working on, because I know this is what she does in town. So it gives you kind of a doorway to a lot to people, and just
always good to expand your network.
Yeah, especially in Park City. Pretty soon you'll know everyone in Park City.
It's true. It's true.
So you walk down the street, and it's a good feeling. I think it's a sense of community and just bringing everyone closer. And Park City, they need good leaders. Anywhere you need good leaders, and so Miles, he just does an incredible job. He based it off the Kellogg Leadership Program. And so, once you get out of it, you feel kind of refreshed and kind of like a retreat. You come back and you're like, I'm going to take over the world. Like, I'm going to do good things, whatever I can do to get involved. And now that you know how to get involved, because I think that's a lot of people, they don't know how. Like, how can I become involved in Park City? Right. And leadership, it definitely gives you a whole resource of what you can do and where we need people to make this town grow and prosper.
Especially as the town is changing, we have ever more visitors, and it's important for our core year-round residents who are really truly dedicated to the ethos and the ideals of this town to create the best town we can for ourselves, in addition to keeping it a vibrant community and not just a vacation destination.
Exactly. I mean, that's the challenge everyone has. They want to keep it Park City, but it's always going to continue to grow and change just based on, 20 years ago, or I guess in the 80s, it was a ghost town. And now look at us. And so, yeah, I mean, Park City, it's like the train that just keeps going, little engine that could.
We've definitely picked up some momentum, that's for sure.
Yes, that, and the rest of the world is definitely watching too. But we're so lucky to live where we live and to have a program like this. A lot of towns don't have this, so we're very lucky, and all you gotta do is just apply. Just go on parkcity.org by next Friday. And to be part of the 25th class, that's something special. It'd
be pretty special for sure.
And you get to hang out with Miles for a year. So.
Right, exactly. Colleen, great to see you. Thank you for all that you do for our little town here, and thanks for sharing some information about Leadership Park City. Great to see you, and I'm sure that now that we've met and chatted, we'll be seeing one another around all the time.
I know. Make sure you apply.
Will do.
Thank you.
All the best. Colleen McGinn, the president of the Alumni Association of Leadership Park City. Simply go to parkcity.org by next Friday. The deadline, apply and become a member of the Silver Jubilee class, the 25th of Leadership Park City. Quick break. We'll be right back.